Thanks for staying with us. So the Lagos State government has announced a planned traffic diversion at the Mile2 to facilitate the construction of new multimodal interchange hub. This project aims to integrate rail, bus, water, and non-motorized transport models, simplifying travel and ensuring connectivity to other parts of Lagos. Now, join us to help us have a better understanding of this is the Director, Rail Transport at the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, that's Lamata, Engineer Olasukomi Okusaga. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, thank you.
Now, we hear your name out there a lot, but I think I'm meeting you for the very first time.
Yes.
But so good to have you on the show. So, we woke up to this news a couple of days ago and we're wondering how is this going to play out, especially for those of us who live in Lagos in that axis. So, tell us exactly, give us an update of this morning, because it's supposed to start today, November 11th. Going for, and he says for 15 months. Yep. We're like, what in the banana? That's over a year. That's till next year. Yeah, 2026. Yeah, 12 months makes a year, so it's over a year. So to give us an idea of what you're working on exactly, before we talk about diversions.
Okay, thank you. I think you said it well when you said it's an intermodal hub. We call it's a mega hub in terms of mode of transportation, which we have the rail, the buses, and the ferry connected into one. If you look at the axis very well, we have the ferry on the other side. We have these 4 loops that have different intercity intras and go from one state to another, even the country cross bus system as well. Then we have the rail system. What we now look at, okay, we have been building construction all over the place in terms of road, rail, ferry. We now have to ensure that all these modes of transport are connected for ease of mobility and efficiency and effectiveness. So that's when Lamada look at, okay, the next thing to do is to look at, we need to champion integration of all these modes together. We don't have the jurisdiction over here, but the 3 modes in terms of water, rail, and buses, let's look at it. So the planning then kickstart then from the concept to planning. It took about 4 years before we now see the fruition of it in terms of construction commence. So we identified different interchanges that we're going to look at. We have one in Marina as well. We have one in Mile2, which has they are the pilot one. We have other ones in National Theatre, Lasso, Maryland as well. But the key one that you're talking about now is the one that affects the Mile2 one. So what we're going to do that, we call it Mile2 Interchange. It's a mega hub that will have all those modes of transport in one location. It might be some little minutes of walking distance, maybe 100 meters, 200 meters. But once you are in that loop or in that location, you can move from point A.
The red line, the blue line, all of them will meet at that station.
No, the red line is not there. Red line is not there. So what we have there, we have the blue line, we have the jetty, we have the transport system, which is the buses. Okay. And then what we now enhance it that we go to regional area to have a non-motorized pedestrian walkway, the feeder buses as well, park and ride, and all that in one location. So that is the purpose of this, Mile2 interchange.
I kept, when I heard the story, I read it, I thought you were talking of only the land because the ferry is towards the back. How do you plan? Because I've seen your Lamata, I live on the axis.
Okay.
I've seen your barricades taking over as ahead of
the
I'm going to
Oshodi. Yes.
So I don't know how it would join the ferry side, which is prior, coming from Badagry now, before you head towards where I see the...
Okay, if you look at how it joined the ferry side, is from the Amuwodofi Estate side. That's going to be a slip road where we're going to have a park and ride, and then we're going to go towards Mazamala Bridge, under the bridge, and connect.
Okay. I can be grateful for that under the bridge, because the abandonment of that place...
No, we are going to do it. So you can ride there, you can drive your vehicle, and then connect onto the buses, and then park, and then connect the train. That is what we are doing at that axis. Yes.
I mean, this sounds interesting, and I'm looking forward to, that. But I think the main issue right now is while construction is going on, how will the rest of Lagosians move around? And 15 months, that's a long time. So what are the plans that are put in place to make transportation easier for Nigerians, Lagosians during this time?
Thank you. The honest truth is during construction, there is traffic. We have to say that. But what we've done so far is we've looked at it in terms of, with all stakeholders, that means the LASMA, the parent ministry, which is the Ministry of Transport, we look at it together and said, okay, we have option 1, 2, 3. They've reviewed it with our traffic management consultant and narrowed it down to option 1. Because we have to look at, okay, it's 15 months. It's not easy for people that are... What we've done so far, we now look at, okay, ease of transportation in terms of movement. The time, yes, that's what they are showing to you. That's what we are doing there.
Is it the future?
This is the future. This is just in 2 phases. We have phase 1, which the phase 1 takes the 2 loops, and then the other 2 loops will be done in the, maybe in the next 2 years when this is completed. Because why we divided it into 2 is that because we do the whole 4 loops together, the whole place will be shut down.
Yes.
Okay.
And we don't want that.
Okay.
We still want people.
Which side are you doing now? The one on the left
We are
side?
doing the loop 1 and 2. Loop 4, what is that one? And the one there which is the loop 4.
The one that goes across.
Across, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so so that those that are watching understand, because I'm familiar with this area, the loop 1 is the one by the Amuwo-Odofin
Correct.
Mile2 bus stop itself.
Yes.
And the other one you're doing is the one by the cantonment side. Is it the
Yes.
one by the cantonment side?
Correct.
Okay, so now there are already existing businesses that have found themselves there.
Yes.
And we know that this usually constitutes problem when government wants to move into doing construction. Nigeria becomes one of the most expensive places to carry out development because settlement bills will first choke the government.
Litigation.
And litigation. People want compensation for the shanties and all of that has been there. What is the government doing to ease the relocation of existing businesses that are in these places, compensate them, and then ensure that the construction does not cause more harm than good during the process?
Okay, that's the objective of the state, to ensure that we don't take people out of business, and we don't even add more burden to the existing burden that we have as we speak. So the first thing we've done is we identify all that is being affected, which in terms of the 4 loops, but then we narrow it down to the 2 loops. We are working on loop 1 and 4. We have meetings with them, series of meetings over time. And then as we speak, you can see the site has been taken over. We've paid them. We've paid everybody involved in terms of even including billboard that have to be relocated. Everybody have been enumerated and paid and compensated fully. The only one that is not is like, okay, they are taking their time to move their stuff. We will allow them. Because some are saying we relocate, because we have 3 options. We can relocate, we can replace, or pay you full compensation. That's the strategy we deploy. People accept the relocation. We look at within that loop as well, where can still we accommodate you, which is done. Some of I can say 1 or 2 people that have accepted that relocation in terms of their billboard, because of their businesses, but some in terms of the park and ride, in terms of the people, the unions and all that. We had meeting with them. Some of them will still be relocated and accommodated within the 4 loops at the end of the day. So they understand the principle and they bought into the idea. So that's why we are.
I attended the conference recently, and where one of the speakers was saying something about, in Nigeria, we don't document or articulate the intangible costs of certain things. So, for example, businesses will be lost towards that Badagry axis. There are people coming in and out of Lagos trying to bring in goods. There's a possibility that many of them will probably refrain from doing it because they don't want to get into that traffic where they are spending more money for fuel, they're having to spend extra money. So there's a cost to it. Now, has the government weighed that cost versus the possible the benefits of this? Because
let me help your question.
Yes,
so there's a
help my
park
question.
just on the other side that does the West African channel.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So those people, from what Morales says, would have to
run their business.
Yes,
Yes.
they can't.
So
how
we have, and how do you plan to?
The first thing done, we've done a detailed study in terms of the ESIW cost comparison and impact on the project itself, on the public, on the people of Lagosian businesses and all that. So then we've weighed option that we look at the benefit of the project itself outweigh the project, the inconvenience, the cost. Then the people you talked about the intercity, that will be even the intrastate or intercountry,
yes.
they're still going to be accommodated in that loop. All what we are doing is that we are moving them in stages in terms of, okay, if we are taking the whole place, we divide it into 2. You keep working what you are doing in one section. One district is doing that, you move here and we work here. So they are not totally being displaced at all. Those ones that they're still going to be accommodated, and we are working with them. And in terms of traffic, what we've done so far, I said earlier on that this is a project that look at option 1, 2, 3. And the good thing about this project is funded by French Development Bank, which is a replica of World Bank. Their priority is displacement. You don't want that. Okay. So we've taken that, we've followed their templates in and out. So that they sign off. Before they sign off, you know what World Bank does in terms of the followed standard. So what we've done so far is we follow what we have to do, and we accommodate them. And we've looked at the traffic management. The only thing you do there is only 6 minutes additional time into your traffic time.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's the one that goes through the...
Officially,
yes. Yeah.
But Nigerian,
Realistically, 30 minutes, just for 30 minutes.
There are some factors that we have looked at as well in terms of the physical implementation of this. What I said to you is about, okay, the simulation and all that, 6 minutes additional time through Doba or Akinwande. But if we allow, there are some physical things in terms of last mile, people present, that we will not allow any truck to park on that road. because these are the ones adding more to the vehicle, the traffic on that area. So the plan is to take them out totally. Go, there's no stopping.
There's a bonded terminal at Mile2 bus stop itself on your way inwards.
That for me does not even fit into the
I don't know how that was approved, but it's there now.
I did when you
they use trucks.
look at that video.
In the picture. I see you did not touch that side.
We said that.
The picture. You know, the preceding the rail station, there's a bonded terminal to your right.
Just by the water too.
And I see that, you know, the two, whatever, after the rail station is present in the picture, then there's one on the Amuo side. But that side is empty for the Kirikiri Beggar side.
But what we're saying there is the essence of this project is to enhance transport movement. It's not to take out business. So we factor those on. They have their business, but we've looked at their traffic management plan and we incorporated into what we are doing. What we are doing is, if you look at the video, the clip there, there's a tubular walkway, skywalk that takes you from point A to B. So, and then you can move from one loop to the other. You can move, maybe there's an underground pedestrian walkway, tubular walkway, skywalk as well. So all those have been factored, and there's going to be a walkway, there's cycle lane that is being gated that you can cycle from the ferry out to the...
the question was intended...
That's what they're showing now, yes.
During this construction, that was the question. So how do we avoid trucks parking since that terminal has to operate as well?
No, we have a discussion with them. They have to know, we have to understand the principle.
Discussion not today.
Yeah, we understand that, because that's why I said we will not allow trucks to park on the road during construction.
You know, I think a lot of we're laughing because we also understand that we can make plans, but we also know the Nigerian man,
and
how he
the
thinks.
Nigerian factor.
Yes, just how we can be. But I don't know if at this point you're able to tell us where the diversions will be and where we'll be passing.
Maybe I think you can show it. Well, if the Apapa Oshodi Expressway, you know you have 4 loops. We're only taking 2 out of it for now. So the other movement is still okay. It's still the way it is. So because of congestion, as I said, it's like when we are constructing the overpasses in Lagos, we have 10. We just said to them, let's do 5. The federal government can do their 5 later. They've commenced now because of traffic in Lagos. So exactly the same strategy is what we are deploying now on this axis.
So in 15 months, this fine thing we are seeing, we'll be seeing it.
But Nigerian factor, plus or minus
one.
Yes.
I have a question. 2 questions, actually. First question is, we know that not everybody would watch the news, get the information about the diversion, and some people will get on the wrong road in the midst of this. Is there a system that is the communication? Have you made communications with the last mile and VIO and so that we don't have a case where people will now say, you entered one way and you arrest people when we did not know there's a diversion or that there is a change in the road, so that we don't punish Nigerians for making mistakes as opposed to recorrecting them or redirecting them to the right path.
Enough signages.
What we've said so far is, I think that's germane. It's a fact. We note that. And what we've done so far is we look at diversion. That's where you said today. We've moved it by another 1 week to ensure that...
Oh, so it's not today again?
It's not today again.
Okay.
People are well informed. The necessary palliatives are in place. And I'm going to go there myself with the last mile officials and their GM to look at, okay, what are the things? Is it okay for us to now commence?
Okay, so the second question is, the people, and somebody even actually posted it, Ifeoluwa mentioned it on YouTube, but I was going to ask you before about maintenance. So Lamata is also in charge of Oshodi, and we see the way Oshodi is. He's not in charge of Oshodi, but Oshodi is a Lagos State cosmopolitan, beautiful edifice built to give us that, like the way this
it's not connected.
It is.
They're connected now.
No, but it's Oshodi was done very well. And we're looking at maintaining Oshodi and seeing how Oshodi is serving people. How do we ensure that what we're seeing happen in Oshodi, which is where it is not being properly maintained, doesn't happen in this new edifice we're spending billions of naira to build?
Thank you. Actually, the correction there is Oshodi is under Ministry of Transport, and then I think it's being managed by a firm. And then Lamata will not in charge of maintaining and then operation of it. But we use the place as part of our own bus system. In terms of what we are doing, maintenance is the key to Lamata, and that's the drive, that's the way to go now. And the question is, I've heard it a million times about, okay, even in the rail, this is a beautiful blue line, blah, 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 maintenance. You know, what we've put in place is there's a strategy in terms of maintenance regime. But that is still subject to funding, but we'll look at that. For the present government, I think that has been taken care of.
So Oshodi, I want to be sure, I want to clarify. So Oshodi is actually being run by Ministry of
Ministry
Transportation.
of, but it's
No,
still
no,
Lagos.
I think it's a Bile Holdings. There's a consultant.
Bile Holdings.
Oh,
We are just checking.
So there's a question that this one concerns me more because I've seen some of your developments that would have eased this diversion that we're looking at because I'm used to corner. I get to work.
The corners are not good.
So now they've built this link bridge that takes us from Koka into Amuodo, but it's not open. In fact, most of the link bridges on the Badagry Expressway, you take that U-turn and you want to get into another, it's not open. They are beautifully built, but not open yet. And this would have really solved a problem for us at this time. Is there an intention to create more of these ways? And if we are going to go in from Alakija, to go and link that bridge to get to Koka and find our way to turn, is there a way that the first stack roads that are dead traps, that are not good in any way, is there a partnership with them to see that at least they are, ameliorated to some point that is usable for cars so that we can use them at this point? What are you doing now?
Two things. In terms of opening that bridge constructed, we're in discussion with the Ministry of Works in terms of, because they are aware of our own construction, what we want to do, and we told them, these are the constraints in terms of traffic on that area. Presently, we are looking at it in terms of diverting to Akinwande and then Doba Road that come from Apapa, Oshodi, and then Lagos Badagry. But to make life easier, we need to open that. So they have their plan in place, which we are discussing with them. And I'm very sure before the 15 months run out, they will open that section.
Not immediate, not before this construction.
I don't want to give a time because it's their own area, but we're in discussion with them. They know, they understand what we're doing, and they understand it and feed into their own program. Yes. But the beauty of it is the agency work together and the ministry. So we have interagency and interministerial meetings and collaboration to ensure that everybody works to the same state. Then in terms of palliative on those roads, I will look into that. We are in discussion. We have a good relationship with PwC, which is in charge of all roads. So we can pick it up from here and then write to them and tell them to look at it for us. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm just hoping that this 15 months go fast, and we really hope that
15 months, 2 months is already gone.
And that is 15 months.
When we say 15 months, 2 months is already gone. The project has started already.
Yes.
Yes. So,
Okay.
but for us to give us a cover and so that we don't give a time that we don't fulfill.
No, we are used to it. This is Nigeria now. You get 15 months. Now tell us. So, were we not hearing that jury said that Port Harcourt refinery would start in December? When this table. So we are used to it. I know that when that can we go so straight.
Well, I feel that this
They have to run.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that message to Lagosians, please let's conduct ourselves properly so that there's ease of traffic.
I hope indeed 15 months is 15 months. Thank you. Any final words? I'll give you one.
The final word is that we just give Lagos, we ask them to please bear with us.
Yes.
This is the benefit of them. We can see when we are constructing the rail itself, a bit of inconvenience, but at the end of the day, it's now here. So that's what I would say. Bear with us and for Lagos to move forward
Thank you very much.
accommodate the mega city of Lagos.
Okay, we're speaking with Engineer Olasukomi Okusaga. He is the boss in charge of Lamata. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we'll move on to our hot topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.